Hey family, how's everybody doing? This is kind of a off the cuff type of thing. I was not really expecting to do this. I just woke up not too long ago, had some breakfast, kicked it with the wife for a minute, and then I saw that we were going live. We're actually about to go live on the whole Charlie Kirk going to court. Actually, the district attorney is about to announce formally what the charges are going to be here. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm really interested to see this. So I decided that we would jump in here and check this out. I'm actually going to bring this up on screen so that we can see it. It is about to start, man. I know there's not very many people in here. Welcome. Glad that you're here. Love y'all. I know that this is way early for a JD live stream. But I wanted to see this, and I figure if I'm going to see this, I may as well see it with the family. No reason not to, you know what I'm saying? So now we've got this up on screen. What we're waiting for is we are expecting the district attorney to come out and announce formally what the charges against, and I'm not gonna acknowledge or respect this assassin's name by uttering it. Other people can if they want. I like to, just once we get the identity of somebody like a school shooter or something like that, I will say their name once just to have them identified. But after that, I really don't want to speak their name because I don't want to give them any credibility. I don't want them to have any clout. I don't think that we should make stupid people famous for horrific things. So I'm going to call him either Twig's boyfriend, because Twig is his trans partner, or I'm going to call him Trans Tifa because he's clearly got Antifa ideologies. They were written on the shell casings. I'm going to call him Trans Tifa. What do you guys think? Do you guys have furry lover? Do you guys have any ideas as to what you think that I should call him? Please let me know in the chat. And really quickly, I want to say commentary connoisseur, homie, it's so good to see you. I love you so much. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I'm a critical thinker. With that being said, how is religion not considered a mental illness? Well, here's the thing is that I think that people are prone to taking religion to an extreme if they already have an existing mental illness. I think that people have an ability to take politics to an extreme if they have a pre-existing mental condition. I don't think religion itself is a mental illness. I think that people who have mental disorders tend to gravitate towards politics and religion, and that gets into a tricky space. Dakota Ellis, hey JD, can Florence MMA Club get a shout out? Shout out Florence MMA Club. Are you in Florence, Oregon, my guy? That's sick, man. Let me get back to these comments. I want to see what you guys think I should be calling them. Fertilizer. Hey, Amanda, fertilizer. I like that. Yes. Transitions. Shooter's name is Chippy Chow. You're a real man. Thank you for covering this, JD, for being a real friend. Yo, love you, William. Thank you so much. Call him Furby. Furby, bro. So I saw a whole article. There was like a whole, I guess it was actually a YouTube video. Somebody did a whole YouTube video on why is this shooter so unattractive? And I was like, yes, they were just dissecting his face. Wood chipper food, hell yeah, Ben. Ben travels in the chat. Mental illness comes through demons. Robin, Trans Tifa, keep up the good work. I think we're going to go with Trans Tifa. I think that's what we're going to run with for this particular creature. We're going to go with creature. Kyle Anderson, you're the man, JD. We love you. Thank you so much. I love you, Kyle. Big love and respect to you. We got Neolith Nuance. Justice for Charlie. Peace to the people. This is a fight versus good and evil. God bless Charlie's family, and I pray for God to protect and comfort them. Amen. Love y'all. Be safe out there. That was really well put, man. Really eloquent. We have Kilo 2 Alpha Automotive Detailing. Call him Trans Booty Bandit. I think he's going to be having his booty bandited in prison. I'm pretty sure that dude is going to get all the way run through. Kevin Carey, thank you so much. Dude, are you a firefighter? Is that a firefighter helmet, Kevin? Big respect to you. Thank you for what you do, man. Love you, Bubba. Hell yeah. Can anybody tell me? Oh crap, hold on. You guys, I'm assuming you can hear me. Is the audio decent though? Is what I need to know. Pam, sister, so good to see you again. JD, I mod at several notable right and constitutional places. I would love to mod for you as well. Been an avid daily viewer from your beginning to rise. Pam, I appreciate that so much. The way that I work things is I always talk with the mods before we add anyone in as a mod because they all congregate in a private chat on Discord and they all coordinate and everything. I would love to talk to the mods about that. And I'm really honored that you would be willing to offer. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here, sister. Huge love to you. Let me talk to the mods and get back to you. Leroy Hawley, Woody's Lunch. Woody's Lunch. Oh, for the name. I love it. Yes.
Good morning, everybody.
Okay, here we go.
Go live yet. We're going to be a little bit delayed. We're in the process of not only filing the documents, but also printing them so that you have hard copies. Since it's so close to the news conference, we want to print as many as we can. And we're also going to be posting it when it is filed. But unfortunately, that means that the news conference is going to be delayed probably another 10 minutes or so. So we just ask for your patience as we continue to get that process going and completed so that we can continue and Jeff can appear before you. Again, to answer some of your initial questions, Jeff is the only one who's going to be speaking. He will take questions afterwards. He will go through the charges and list them for you, and then we'll open it up to questions, and we'll try to do it as orderly as we can. So we appreciate you being here, and we appreciate your patience as you go through this process with us. We'll be right back with you.
Okay, so was I the only one that was kind of quiet for? What was that quiet? What he was saying? Turn the volume up. See, that's not me. That's not on my end. That's on their end. My volume is all the way up. And I heard them while I was setting up. I heard them doing their sound check. And it sounded like they had somebody who didn't really know what they were doing sound check. So please bear with us. Hopefully they turn that up and get louder now that maybe they'll see that they're making a mistake, hopefully. And we've got another 10 minutes to hang out and chat and talk about this before they get started. It sounds like they're wrapping up the finalized charges, and they're making the affidavits, because today, right in 10 minutes, we're going to figure out exactly what the actual charges that they're going to be pressing against Trans-Tifa, the Charlie Kirk assassin. We're going to see what these actually are. James, what's up, homeboy? How you doing, James Armentrout? Coming to Jesus is what this country needs. Praying for everyone. Firefighter here too. Hey, big love and respect to the firefighters in the chat. I love that there are firefighters here, veterans here, law enforcement here, COs here, truckers here, farmers here. There are people in the service industry here. There are so many good, hardworking people here, and I love you guys. Huge shout out to all of you. Lucky Few Nation, his name should be Bubba's Pincushion. Hey, I really love your cut, bro. His asshole is going to be Bubba's Pincushion. We know that. Mr. Pibbles, what's up? Sweet cat. Hello, one of the unsub army here. Love you, JD. Yo, a fellow fucking plop in the chat. Hell yeah. Colby said, longtime viewer, first time caller. Keep up the good work. Love you, Colby. Thank you for hanging out with us today, man. And Kevin Carey said, I will chip, no pun intended, for you, Chippy. My guy, dude. Thank you so much for being here. Huge shout out. Bobby Light said, what's up, big dog? Big fan. Thank you for your service to our community and helping keep us safe. Justice for Charlie in the fullest way. Bro, and that's why these charges that they're going to push are going to be so important. And let me just let you guys know right now. So this is going to be the charges for the state of Utah versus Trans-Tifa, Charlie Kirk assassin. But if they don't get the results that they want, or if the feds are going to be watching this, I'm sure they already know what charges are going to be pressed. If it isn't satisfactory to the federal government, to the United States of America. And Donald Trump has already come out and said there's no other option except execution. So if these charges don't go hard enough, do not fret, because the federal government can pick up their own charges, and it's not double jeopardy if it's state and fed. And they've already said there's no other option but execution. So they're going to go, the feds could come in regardless. They could give him a double death penalty. I feel like they're going to make it as hard for this dude as humanly possible. And one thing you need to know about the feds, as we've seen over and over and over again in so many different cases, is that the feds are never in a rush. They're never in a hurry to press the charges, because the feds have a 98.2% conviction rate for a reason. They come correct. Once the feds charge you, you're pretty much done, bro. Lil Devil 420. Hey, JD, I love the work you do, and I hope Transtifa gets the death penalty, and it's public so that the country and the world get to see that the U.S. is done with the BS. And I agree with that wholeheartedly, brother. Love you, man, and 1,000%. You know, I had somebody on TikTok over where, you know, the people can say anything they want as long as they're really left-leaning. And there's this dude that I used to be friends with until he lost his whole entire fucking mind. And apparently he's been watching my lives, because he clipped like a 30-second segment of one of my lives that was 3 hours and 40 minutes the other day, where I said Charlie Kirk was the moderate one. He was the nice one. I said he was a good guy. He was a nice. I said, I'm not that fucking nice. I said, I'm way more extremist than him. There's people that I want to put in wood chippers. So he clipped that and then said, JD wants to put all of us that disagree politically into wood chippers. Is anybody confused about who I want to put into wood chippers? Is anybody confused about who I want to put into wood chippers? I came on the internet years ago, and that was my whole entire thing, is we need to put pedophiles in wood chippers. And I've talked about it every day since then. And now anytime there's any post on any social media where they're talking about a child predator, you will see wood chipper memes and people saying wood chipper in all caps. This dumb bitch knew exactly what I was talking about. And it's just so, it's so gross and performative and disingenuous. And that's what I think a lot of us have problems with on the left, is that they're constantly trying to skew narratives. So if you're out there watching right now, buddy, you're a super fan. You used to be a friend. Now you're just a peasant super fan who sits there and watches and waits for some sort of any type of thing you could twist into a gotcha moment. Let me triple down. Let me triple the fuck down. Charlie Kirk was a reasonable, compassionate, kind, open-minded individual who did not have extremist beliefs, in my opinion. I have extremist beliefs. So clip that, run that however you want, because you're a bitch and that's why your wife left you. Your wife left you because you're a bitch. And she didn't, when she married you, you weren't a bitch. And she didn't want to be with somebody who had a vagina. Super Bear Jew, love for the Kirk family from Canada. There are a ton of us up here who have your back. Keep doing the things you're doing, brother. Nothing but love. Love you, homie. So it looks like we're about to jump in here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to begin. My name is Richard Pyatt. I'm the communications manager.
Turn your shit
Utah
up.
County. I'm working with the Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray as he handles and as the county deals with the publicity surrounding this case. We appreciate your being here. Jeff will enumerate the charges and detail what the county's findings are up to this point, and then he will take questions. The number be limited, however. I may cut it off. I may assist him in helping to pick the people.
You guys, I'm sorry. This is volume full blast. This is not on me. This is on them. All these people and their sound guy sucks this bad.
Who are asking the question. We just ask that you keep the questions to the process of what we're talking about and refrain from asking questions that speculate or get into the political dynamic of the case. For Utah County, this is a murder case. We're trying a murder case. We're trying to keep the questions to that, but I understand that you're under pressure and have a lot of different questions, and we'll try to answer them. We're joined today by our sheriff and our prosecution team and our county commissioners. Jeff is going to be the only one speaking right now, and I'll introduce right now County Attorney Jeff Gray.
I apologize about the sound. It's not on my end. It's on their end. I apologize, you guys.
The murder of Charlie Kirk is an American tragedy. Charlie Kirk was murdered while engaging in one of our most sacred and cherished American rights, the bedrock of our democratic republic, the free exchange of ideas in a search for truth, understanding, and a more perfect union. It is also an offense against the state and to the peace and enjoyment of the people of Utah and of all those who visit here. But Charlie Kirk's murder also strikes a more personal and intimate chord. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a father to two beautiful young children. He was a son, he was a brother, and a friend. Like all murders, the senseless and needless taking of Charlie Kirk's life has shattered the lives of those he loved and those who loved him. To Charlie's wife, Erica, his two young children, his parents, his family, and his friends, I express my sincere condolences and offer my heartfelt prayers on your behalf. I also want to express my concern for everyone who was at Charlie's Turning Point USA event at the Utah Valley University, and all who have been impacted by this tragedy. As county attorney, I am charged with bringing justice to those who offend our laws. I am charged with bringing justice for those who are harmed. I am charged with bringing justice for Charlie Kirk. I am committed to these aims. I take this responsibility seriously. Today, after reviewing the evidence that law enforcement has collected thus far, I am filing a criminal information charging Tyler James Robinson, age 22, with the following crimes. Count 1, aggravated murder, a capital offense, for intentionally or knowingly causing the death of Charlie Kirk under circumstances that created a great risk of death to others. Count 2, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, a first-degree felony. The state is further alleging aggravating factors on counts 1 and 2 because the defendant is believed to have targeted Charlie Kirk based on Charlie Kirk's political expression and did so knowing that children were present and would witness the homicide. The state is also charging defendant with count 3, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony for moving and concealing the rifle used in the shooting. Count 4, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony for disposing the clothing he wore during the shooting. Count 5, witness tampering, a third-degree felony for directing his roommate to delete his incriminating texts. Count 6, witness tampering, a third-degree felony for directing his roommate to stay silent if police questioned him. And count 7, commission of a violent offense in the presence of a child, a Class A misdemeanor, for committing homicide knowing that children were present and may have seen or heard the murder and did so based on Charlie Kirk's political expression. Also, following the press conference, I am filing a notice of intent to seek the death penalty. I do not take this decision lightly, and it is a decision I have made independently as county attorney, based solely on the available evidence and circumstances and nature of the crime. Because we are seeking the death penalty, the defendant will continue to be held without bail in the Utah County Jail. Turning to the 10-page information. These are the allegations. On September 10th, 2025, at approximately 12:23 p.m., Charlie Kirk was shot and killed while speaking to a large crowd on the campus of Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. Police found the suspected murder weapon, a bolt-action 30-06 rifle, nearby. Over the next approximately 33 hours, police conducted a manhunt for the shooter until the evening of September 11th, 2025, when Tyler James Robinson surrendered to police at the Washington County Sheriff's Office. DNA consistent with Robinson was found on the rifle's trigger. After shooting Mr. Kirk, Robinson hid the gun, discarded the clothing he wore when he fired the rifle, and told his roommate to delete incriminating text messages and not talk to police. Children were present at the time of the shooting. The shooting. Turning Point USA, a nonprofit organization founded in 2012 by Charlie Kirk, organized a public outdoor event to be held at noon on September 10th, 2025 at UVU. The event was the first in a series of similar events to be held at college campuses nationwide. Mr. Kirk is a...
Okay, you guys, I'm going to talk for a minute, and I wanted to let you know, in case you turned the volume up, I had my mic turned off, but I am going to be speaking at normal volume now, so you might want to turn your volume down a little bit because I don't want to blow you up. Now, they had bad volume. Their volume was all fucked up, but we need to talk about this because he's just droning on about stuff that we already know. We've gone over this for days, over and over and over again. But I want you guys to understand this. That aggravated murder in the first degree is the capital crime. If they didn't have the aggravated on it, then it wouldn't be eligible for a capital crime. That's the one right there that they could give him the death penalty for. And yes, Utah does have the firing squad. So he set this up really well. This was exactly what I wanted to see. This is the biggest thing that the state charge can give him. As far as state charges for this is the biggest, baddest motherfucker they could give him. This is like the equivalent of, getting the PS6 and Grand Theft Auto 6 Christmas morning. This is the full package. This is the full regalia right here. They went all out with this for state charges. Now, the feds can come in on top of this and hit him with domestic terrorism. They can hit him with, there's a slew of things that the feds could use to absolutely butt fuck this dude out of existence. The feds probably are going to be dropping charges. If they don't get everything they want in the Utah state case, the feds are still going to make sure this dude is dead, bro. This dude is dead. One way or the other, whether it's the United States of America versus trans-furry Tifa weirdo, or whether it's the state of Utah versus this wood chipper feed fucking piece of shit maggot, one way or the other, they're going to put this dude out of existence. It's just a matter of, he could get death penalty in both. Now, see, the thing is that's so difficult about a death penalty is that you have to have all 12 of the jurors agree that he deserves that death penalty. And you're always going to have people that are, extreme pacifists, people that are compassionate, people that are Christian and feel like it's God's place to take a life, not ours, especially in a state like Utah where they've got a lot of religious stuff going on. There could be somebody in the fucking jury. It only takes 1 out of 12 going, now the state of Florida fixed that loophole. The state of Florida made it to where you only need 8 out of 12 jurors. And they put that law into place when they changed their law to allow for the death penalty if you rape a child under the age of 13. So state of Florida has done incredible work on that. And I think that we need to have that happen on a federal level in every single state. I think that if 8 out of 12 people decide This bitch needs to die, that the bitch should be put to death. I think Florida was right on time with that. Now, I would be shocked if the feds didn't come in and charge him with domestic terrorism. We saw with the Luigi Mangione case, and that was not nearly as big or public. It didn't have nearly the effect on the country and the nation that this did, and it didn't have the political implications. That was just about a corporate greed costing Americans their lives situation. This has political implications that are so much deeper, and this is the exact type of thing that the feds have every single right to come in and hit him with domestic terrorism charges for. Like, hands down, flat out, I would be absolutely shocked if they didn't do that. I'm calling it right now. The feds are going to do that. Tony Baloney said, hey, JD, I think they're going to hit him with the terrorism charge. Do you think he's going to be facing the death penalty? I think he'll be facing the death penalty in the Utah State case. And I think that they're going to hit him. They're absolutely going to be hitting him with a federal case where he'll face the death penalty. The president of the United States already said there's no other option except to execute this person. They'll get it done. Bray said, JD, I've been watching you forever now, finally blessed enough to support. Thank you so much. Much love from the dirty South. God bless you. Praying for your family and you and your family daily. Thank you so much, bro. And I pray for this community every morning and every night, man. I am receiving a huge uptick in death threats. I've received death threats for a while. I'm receiving a lot more now. Not only that, but Jax is receiving them now. So I appreciate those prayers. High in Valor, DP, dry sponge on old Sparky. Give him the old dry sponge, brother. That old fucking Green Mile. Ellie Sparks, long live us pepperbacks and us plops. Thunderlord, love your videos, JD. Let's make America great again. Let's make pedophiles afraid again. Joey Adams said, personally, I believe you are the definition of a reformed man. Thank you for the perfect content. I think Twinkle Toes McFingerbang is an amazing name. I love Twinkle Toes McFingerbang. That's fucking great. Parabellum Custom Coating and Arms said about him not having the rifle on him when he jumped. It is likely he threw it off the roof. If you look at the pics of the rifle scope, it's jacked up, barely hanging on. Still something fishy though. So that is a really good point. And I noticed that the scope was so far back that if he was using it, it seems to me, now I'm not a firearms expert, I'm not legally allowed to own them, and I've never had any real experience with rifles as an adult, because since it was illegal for me to have guns, I always had the handhelds. You know what I'm saying? The compact, the thing you can hide, the thing you can toss out the window in a high-speed chase, and the cops won't be able to find it as easily. But it seems to me like with the scope that far back, with any type of recoil from the 30-06, it seems like it have punched him in the eye and he'd had a black eye. So him throwing it off the building does kind of make sense. Am I on track with that scope being too far back? Let me know in the comments. Ted Bronson, dude, thank you so much, bro. Thank you. Please help some people with this, JD. Appalled, saddened, and angered by Charlie Kirk's murder. Let none of us fear to continue to speak out truth and love to all that need it. I appreciate that support so much, Ted. And let me tell you how I'm taking this. I am taking this in the exact opposite direction. I am getting louder. I am getting bolder. I am fighting harder. I will not be silenced by people who want to use terroristic threats and violence against me and against the American people. I'm not even a conservative. I'm not liberal. I'm not conservative. I'm not right. I'm not left. I'm an American citizen, and I will fight for all sane and law-abiding American citizens. So I see this as an attack on all of our voices. All of our voices. And I'm going to get louder, and I'm going to push way the fuck harder now. This made me inspired to move way farther and way harder. Helmet Fire, God bless Charlie. God bless you all from another firefighter. Dude, we have so many firefighters in here. Helmet Fire, thank you so much. Thank you guys for what you do for us. Kendon B, hey, started watching after unsub. Welcome. You see that first old guy that was arrested, got charged with obstruction and having child stuff on his phone? Let's talk about this, you guys. This is really important. Thank you, Keaton, for bringing this up. I was doing I'm releasing a video about this later today, but the old man who started yelling that he killed Charlie Kirk and he'll do it again. Just so you guys know, he was arrested yesterday for obstruction of justice and possession of, or no, it wasn't possession of, it was, basically it's for having child, YouTube doesn't want me to say it, child pornography on his phone. He literally admitted to it. He wouldn't let them look at his phone, and then he admitted to having child porn on his phone, and they were like, oh, cool, probable cause, motherfucker. This dude is literally that stupid, but this is super weird. This dude that ran distraction so that this fucking trans Tifa piece of shit could get away, he also had called in a bomb threat at a Salt Lake City marathon right after the Boston bombing. And he was at the Boston bombing. Weird. He was also at 9/11. He was at the towers. He's one of the people that called 911 initially when it happened. So he was at 9/11. He was at the Boston bombing. He did a fake bomb threat at another marathon, and then he was at Charlie Kirk's shooting trying to run block for the assassin. What the fuck is going on here, bro? That is the craziest shit I've ever heard. Holy shit. Yo, Wes said, where can I get that sober shirt and hat? The Sober Not Soft. So the Sober Not Soft merch is available with all my other merch, same as this hat and all my wood chipper shit. It is at bunkerbranding.com. It's the same place that you can go and get all the dudes from the Unsubscribed podcast and Angry Cops, Demolition Ranches merch. Bunkerbranding.com. That's where all my merch is at. I appreciate you, brother. It's one of my favorite shirts of all time that I've made, bro, because it's got the Irish and all that going on. I love it. Neolithic nuance. Sorry, took me a second. When you've got a chance, I'd like your opinion. I personally believe that 2001 Democrats are the people shifting to the right now. What about you? I have so many friends who were hard left that are shifting right now, bro. So many friends that were hard left that are shifting right because they just can't stand by what they're pushing and what they're doing and what they're encouraging and what they're celebrating. C. Scott said, good afternoon, JD. Hope you're having a great day, brother. I am, and I hope you are as well, my bro. I love you. Andrew Thorpe said, JD, you magnificent bastard. UK here, wood chipper. I am so proud of y'all and what you did the other day in the UK, that 1 million person protest. Pam, is it Pam Northwest Wonderland? It's just Pam N Wonderland. Sorry. He needs to be moved. It's BS that he gets to stay in his daddy's cops district. I think that once feds drop charges, there's a high likelihood that he will be moved. I think this is temporary. I don't think that his dad is running any type of block for him, to be honest with you. Devin O'Learnick, they called him a fascist. His killer silenced his political views with violence, murder. He was killed by what he was accused of being, firing squad. Absolutely. One of the most fascist actions you could possibly take is to silence your political opposition through death or violence or threats of death or violence. These people, the call is coming from inside the house, bro. Mike V, you have honor and integrity. Just wanted to give you something in appreciation. Mike V, I appreciate you. Huge love and respect, my man. Comrade Everclear, JD, did you see the original suspect, George Zinn, has now been charged with child pornography possession, a leftist career criminal and pedo? Who could have guessed? 1,000%, my dude. 1,000%. This is who the ops are. This is who the ops are. Stitch in time. I love your profile picture. Greetings from the Pacific Northwest. As an American, the silencing of Charlie angers me to the core. This shows that our Constitution is under attack now. And anybody who doesn't see that that this is an attack on our First Amendment constitutional rights, I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you. You're going to have to figure out how to find brain cells if you don't see that this is an attack on all of our rights, man. All of our rights. That one driver, how hard do you think it will be to find fair and impartial jury for this case? Also, what do you think will happen to him in either state or Fed? Thank you for what you do, brother. Well, here's the thing. I don't think they're going to be able to find an impartial jury. I don't think there's any way they're going to be able to find an impartial jury because I think that everybody knows about this. And they're in Utah is a very red state, but I'm not really concerned with him getting an impartial jury, to be honest with you. I mean, this bitch knew what he was doing when he did this. So him getting cooked is him getting cooked. As far as what's going to happen to him in state or federal prison, I have a full length coming out about that. But let me just let you know, I think that he's going to have a horrific fucking time. The thing about Utah state prisons is they keep their death row inmates in general population. So that means he's going to be in there with the boys. And there are some very patriotic motherfuckers in prison. Don't get that fucked up. There are some very patriotic men sitting in prison that made mistakes, had issues, admittedly, but they love this fucking country. And they're not going to like this dude. Death Silence family, good to see you. Feds will drop charges after Utah approves their case. That's what hate crime charges and domestic terrorism charges get added. The feds, I don't think the feds are going to drop the charges. I think they're going to make an absolute example out of this creature. I think that they're going to do everything they can. They're going to throw everything they can at it because I think that they want to make an example and they should make an example. That's why I think they should publicly execute him, because if they don't make an example out of this creature, it kind of encourages more people to do the same. Daniel Boone Archery, I was watching you DV block short, or your D block short, when I found out God allows the state to take a life for a life. Transtifa needs the FS live for all of us to see. And that's what I'm saying. Public execution needs to happen. Corey Graff said, I honestly feel bad for the parents of this kid too. The parents didn't do anything wrong, man. The parents are good people. And when the dad found out, he immediately turned in his own son. I have to fucking respect that, dog. That's some G shit to be willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. You raise your kid right. You raise them in church, all that. And now they're losing their kid, which definitely sucks. No, it sucks for the family. It absolutely does, man. This isn't on them. This is on that kid. It's on the people who helped to indoctrinate that kid. It's on the fucking left political heads who keep calling for violence over and over and over again, while swearing that the people on the right are the only ones that are violent. And we know that that's not true. We see that that's not true. Andrew Thorpe said, in India, we Brits used to have folk tied to a cannon, and then boom, check out the news about Zinn. Thanks, JD. God bless the UK and the USA. God bless y'all. Nixon Sniff said, do y'all smell that? Smells like the wood chipper. Painkiller said, we are the United States. I think all states should follow Florida's rule. Just FYI, they found a man hung in Mississippi. I heard about that last night on live, and I hadn't had a chance to actually check into it. Captain Patriot, how many years will he be on appeal? Way the fuck too many, dog. Way the fuck too many. And I think that we need to realistically take a look at how many appeals we are giving motherfuckers. Because the reason that we have so many appeals, let me explain to you why we have so many appeals that are allowed to motherfuckers. Because back in the day, way back in the day, before we had things like video surveillance everywhere, before we had things like, DNA evidence that was really prevalent, they wanted to give people a chance because there was less certainty. We have a lot more certainty now. I think in cases like this, you get a trial, you get an appeal, you get the boom, boom, double tap. That's how I feel. Do you guys agree with me, or do you guys think that I'm being too extremist? I think one trial, one appeal, and if you get sentenced to death twice. I don't think you should sit there for 40 years. It's crazy. Jonathan H., how long do you think before the sentence is carried out after he's convicted? I hope it doesn't take the usual 18 to 30 years. And like we just said, currently with the system that we have, which I feel could use a look at and a little revamp, trim the fat on some of those appeals. But yeah, no, more than likely he has 20 or 30 years. But look at it this way. If he's in Utah prison system, he'll be on mainline getting beat down and butt fucked. They're going to be taking sharp pieces of metal and glass, and they're going to be dipping them into human feces and stabbing him so that he gets bloodborne pathogens all up in his shit. He gets fucking sepsis and all that, bro. So, it's going to be torture for this maggot. Millie said, hey, JD, that old man that was originally covered for the shooter right after, apparently the FBI discovered some stuff that makes that old man a diaper bandit. And yes, absolutely. I haven't gotten a chance to release a video on that today, but yeah, he admitted to having CP on his phone. The cops were like, we want to look at your phone. And he was like, no. And I think that they kind of were trying to talk him into it. And they asked him, well, why not? And he's like, because I sometimes look at little kids naked getting, I don't even want to talk about it. He admitted to it. Seth Wright, love you, bro. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you being here. Chris the guy, if he threw the gun off the roof, doesn't that confirm that there were at least one other person involved, and it's coming out people on Discord had known? So I have screenshots of multiple people posting about it the night before. And yes, they have text messages and Discord messages. He literally, and they haven't disclosed whether his roommate Twig, whether they went and picked it up or not, but they have messages of him instructing his partner to go pick him up. So yeah, that's a confirmed. Jamie, what's up, sis? How are you? Did you hear Candace Owens' statement about what's going on in his own circle? She scared me because she said she could even be next. I have heard a lot of what she said. I haven't gotten a chance to check out the whole thing. And I think that a lot of what she said is 1000% on point. And I'm not generally a huge Candace Owens person, but she's right on a lot of shit. I'll give her that. Hunter said, what are the odds that the increase in death threats you've gotten has anything to do with your criticism of Israel? It's so far to me, it seems like a bunch of unhinged fucking leftists who have convinced themselves that I am in some way, shape, or form a MAGA conservative, when really I'm just a patriotic American citizen who doesn't like insanity and doesn't just take narrative stuff down my throat. Don't take anything stuff down my throat. I mean, a lot of them probably do, but that's not my git, bro. And they're coming after me for that. I'm not sure. I don't want to, when it comes to things like people making death threats, I really want to be careful not to point in the wrong direction, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that's important. Death silence, not necessarily. The scope was probably set that way because the stock was a bit too long. Would have definitely lost zero though. Okay. Thank you for educating me. DK, headed to Japan tomorrow, but definitely keeping you, your family, and this nation in my prayers. DK, have a great time in Japan. I've always wanted to go. I hope you have a great time, man. Thank you for the prayers. I love you. Right back at you. Walker Mac Fitness. JD, much love. Two things. First, I graduate from barber school in January. Thank you for the love and support from you and everyone in the community. Second, the old man who was arrested at Charlie Kirk had CP in his phone. Absolutely. Hey, I'm so proud of you. The last thing that my kid Alan did before he died, and he was so proud, was he graduated from barber college and he got a job at a really dope spot here in town as a barber, man. I'm super proud of you, bro. Huge love. Lil Devil 420. Have you also been enjoying watching the left that celebrated this, having lost their jobs and crying about it now? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I did a full length with a montage of them crying. And I'm like, literally, bro, you deserve this. I've never been about cancel culture, but like when it comes to accountability culture and they're starting to get some of this shit back, dude, you guys started this and now it's being used against you. And now you're crying about it? Bro, turnabout is fair play, motherfucker. Like, you tried to F people in the A and you didn't even give them a reach around. Now you're the one who's getting fucking double stuffed and bent over the barrel and you're crying about it. Don't make sense to me, but I love laughing at it. The Mr. Meeseeks. Yo, I love the reference to Rick and Morty. Just looked at the rifle. The scope location is normal. Okay. My deer rifle is a different caliber, but it looks damn near the same. And that's why I ask you guys to educate me, because I don't know everything. And you guys always put me up on game and you hold me accountable if I'm on some faulty information. So I appreciate you guys so much for building me up and educating me. And I humbly thank you. Yo, Fred Frost. Yo, homie, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Are you on paper? I ask because if you're not, you can buy PCP rifles and shotguns. Look at C with Fox Air. So what is a PCP rifle? I know I can't buy a shotgun. In Oregon, I can own air launchers, but a lot of this stuff goes specifically by state law, not just federal law. And there's some states that allow you to have like musket loaders and black powder guns. Oregon absolutely does not. But I can own air launchers. I'm not even allowed to call them guns. They have to be called launchers. And Fred, thank you so much for that support, brother. I appreciate you so much. Ryden Edwards. Hey, JD, love from the UK. Saddened and pissed off regarding this. Really enjoyed your unsub episode. Hey, thank you so much. And there will be more unsub episodes coming out. We recorded multiple. Charles had said, old dude glows in the dark. Shane Hammock, been sober 11 years. Glad to see somebody from a bad past change and help those dealing with the horrible illness of addiction. Keep up the great work. So proud of you, brother. Thank you for blazing the trail so it was a little bit easier for the rest of us, man. Big love and respect. Ted Bronson, you misunderstood my intention. I 100% support you on this. Let's not fear to continue speaking out like Charlie is what I meant. No, I may have worded it a little fucky, but I think we're 100% on the same page, brother. I'm not going to allow fear to set me back. I'm going to use this situation to embolden me and make my voice louder. And I think that's what we all should do. Dude, we are in the majority. Clearly, we are in the majority. Like we didn't all get 18 jabs and fucking boof 8 SSRIs up our ass every day and think that there's 78 genders, bro. Like, clearly we're in the majority. 00 Snake, guys, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, huge facts. Wonder Nightmare, if the max charge before domestic charge is put on the list, would that drop the domestic charge or would they keep it and drop the others? They could just run all the charges, bro. They could run all the charges, which is I'm assuming what they're going to do. Because, all the way up, everybody has demanded the extreme amount of justice for this. Jamie Prather, JD, please listen to what Candace said. She said she was going to expose what is going on inside his camp, and she could be the next alongside Charlie. She is standing on business. I'm scared for her. Yeah, so I heard her calling out that she wants Turning Point to release the audio of what he said to Tucker right before he went on stage. Like, Candace be knowing shit, bro. Like, for real. I'm going to check that whole pod out. Thank you so much for recommending it to me, sis. Huge love and respect. The greatest noob, because of Charlie Kirk, I'm actually going to start to pray and listen to the good book, and I'm wanting to go to church. I want you guys to know, and I 1000% believe this in the bottom of my heart, that if you went to Charlie Kirk 10, 15 years ago and you said, Charlie, what you are going to do will change the world. You will lead people to your faith. You will help people to embolden their voices. You will be a voice of sanity in a world that is lost. And you will fundamentally change the scape of not just our nation, but of people around the world. You could see it in the UK protest where there were 1 million people in the streets, and So many of them were holding up signs with Charlie Kirk's face. So many of them were chanting, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. So I think that it's really obvious that he has changed things around the world. If you told him you can do all these things, but they're going to take your life for it, they're going to kill you for it, I believe Charlie would have no hesitation said, yes, that's what I'm going to do. That's what my faith compels me to do. And I want you to know that last weekend, there was a 57% uptick in people going to church last weekend after Charlie was assassinated, which is the largest uptick since 9/11. Since 9/11, that is the largest uptick in people going to church. So, in a measurable way, this was another one of those turning point events in our country and in the world. I just want you guys to know that. Red Ben says, as a former convict, it's great to see someone out and doing good in life. It's only when you're doing well that people want to bring you down. Prayers. Red Ben, thank you. And I'm so proud of you, man. Stay out here with us. It's a good life. Love you. Prayers right back to you. The Ginger, longtime supporter here. Love you, brother. Keep up the great work. Love from Canada. Appreciate you so much, my man. Big love and respect to you. So I do want to just see if they did get back into anything.
Well-known conservative activist, famous for these type of events, where he discusses various political issues and debates with audience members. His events and comments have garnered a significant number of supporters and drawn the ire of many who disagree with his political views. The event at UVU was announced far in advance and garnered significant publicity and interest. Consequently, several hundred people attended. Mr. Kirk was interacting with a crowd before the event officially got underway. Then, at approximately noon, Mr. Kirk seated himself under a portable canopy behind a table and microphone. He began speaking to the crowd and fielding questions from attendees, a format Mr. Kirk commonly used at his events. Mr. Kirk allowed his questioners to approach a microphone positioned directly in front of him. Mr. Kirk's team members were very close to him on his right and left, as well as some behind his canopy and others at various close locations near him. The large crowd surrounded Mr. Kirk on three sides. Temporary metal fencing separated attendees from Mr. Kirk by only a matter of feet. Directly above and behind Mr. Kirk was the UVU Hall of Flags, an indoor walkway spanning several hundred feet with floor-to-ceiling glass windows which overlooked the plaza where Mr. Kirk was seated. People were in the walkway at the time of the shooting. Approximately 15 minutes into the event, Mr. Kirk was answering a question about mass shootings by transgender individuals when a gunshot rang out. The bullet struck Mr. Kirk in the neck. He slumped to the ground almost immediately. The bullet's trajectory passed closely to several other individuals beside Mr. Kirk, including the questioner who was standing directly in front of Mr. Kirk. Children were visible near Mr. Kirk's stage when he was shot. Mr. Kirk was rushed to a nearby hospital where he was declared deceased. The medical examiner's report is still pending. So UVU surveillance. So at the moment of the shot, a UVU police officer was watching the crowd from an elevated vantage point. As soon as he heard the shot, he began to scan the area for threats. Believing the shot came from a rifle because of its sound, he looked for potential sniper positions. He noted a roof area approximately 160 yards away from Mr. Kirk as a potential shooting position and rushed there to look for evidence. The suspected shooting position is adjacent to an open, publicly accessible walkway. To access the suspected location, A person must climb.
I want to remind you guys that it is not me that is controlling this volume. This is being broadcast at a volume that is just terrible work. Whoever their sound guy was is absolutely needs to be reprimanded. But this isn't me. So I'm speaking quietly, and I'm going to give you a warning before I go back on at full volume with my voice so that I don't blow out your speakers or blow out your eardrums. I just want to finish up hearing what his synopsis on this is so we can discuss that now that we've discussed the charges.
Over a railing and then drop to the roof only slightly below. The UV officer climbed over the railing and down onto the roof. He then walked to the suspected shooting position and confirmed a clear shooting corridor between the position and Mr. Kirk's seat. He also noticed markings in the gravel rooftop, consistent with a sniper having lain on the roof, impressions in the gravel potentially left by the elbows, knees, and feet of a person in a prone shooting position. Police reviewed surveillance from the camera covering the roof and discovered that it recorded an individual dressed in dark clothing cross the railing from the public walkway and drop onto the roof at approximately 12:15 p.m. Although the individual moved out of the camera's view for a short time, the camera again captured the individual running across the roof and then low crawling to the area the UBU officer recognized as where the suspected sniper had dropped into a prone shooting position. After a short time, which matches the known time of the shot, the individual arose and ran across the roof to the northeast. This discovery led to an intensive review of UBU surveillance recordings to attempt to track and identify the suspect. Surveillance revealed the following. At approximately 11:51 a.m., the suspect entered campus from the north. He is seen wearing a black shirt with an American flag in the center, a dark baseball cap, and large sunglasses. Throughout the surveillance, the suspect keeps his head down and rarely raises his head enough to get a clear image of his face. As he proceeds across the campus, he is seen walking with an unusual gait. The suspect walks with very little bending in his right leg, consistent with a rifle being hidden in his pants. This unusual gait continues until the suspect is seen crossing the railway off the open walkway and onto the roof, where he leaves the camera's view. A camera later captures the suspect as he runs across the roof to the suspected shooting position. Immediately after the shot was fired, a camera captures the suspect running across the roof carrying an item whose shape is consistent with a rifle. The suspect is then seen climbing down from the roof. He appears to drop the item he was carrying as he hits the ground in a controlled fall. He then picks up the item and runs toward the northeast end of campus. Expanded crime scene investigation. Law enforcement officers followed the suspect's escape path to the northeast end of campus.
Okay, you guys, you might want to lower your volume a little bit because I'm going to speak at a normal volume again. I'm going to give you a 3, 2, 1. I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that, bro. Like, I've watched that video in Zoom. I've watched it in slow-mo. He's trying to tell us that that dude got off that roof with the rifle. Is he high on dick dust out of the dong bong? I don't fucking see it. Are they saying that he took the time to break down a 30-06 with a screwdriver while he was on the roof? Because that's the only way. That is the only way. Am I wrong? There are people that are much more educated in rifle play and firearms than me, but has anybody gone and taken the time to actually dissect that video in slow-mo and zoom in? Am I fucking wrong here? Because I don't see it. I just don't. And I will never, like, here's the thing is, I want to hear what they have to say, but I'm never just going to take the narrative given to me, because we have things like Epstein, we have things like JFK, we have things like MLK Jr., where we know that they are lying to us and continue to lie to us. So I'm always evaluating situations in the evidence that's available, physical fucking evidence. Now, it's not like we can double check the DNA evidence, but when it comes to video footage, do you guys really, what do you guys think on this? So the pixelation is really bad. I will give you that. Yes. They should be able to release the evidence and prove it. It looks like he picked something up before he runs off. Well, he did have a bag on him. He did have a black bag on him. But if you look at it, when he throws it, it looks like it doesn't look like it contains a fucking 30-06, bro. It does not look like it contains a 30-06 at all whatsoever. That's like, I believe that's isn't that around almost a 4-foot rifle? And you can't really break down a 30-06 that fast. That's not one of those easy breakdown rifles. Dustin said he has a black towel in his hand covering it up. I can see it. You can see the rifle. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm always willing to be wrong, you guys. I'm always willing to be wrong with evidence and stuff like this. It takes 1 minute to break down. But did he take that long? Cue Ball said 3 screws, it's fast. Okay, so I could be 100% off base here. And I'm willing to admit if I'm off base. That's why I ask you guys, because I respect your guys' opinions on this type of stuff. Karma Bit King said, JD, I want to support you by buying some merch, but this is all I can do right now. Much love and rest in peace, Charlie Kirk and the Hortmans sending prayers. My friend, it is just enough that you are just here with us. I love you so much and I appreciate you. Thank you for your support and your kindness. Thank you for your prayers. It means the world to me and Jackson, our family. Blackbeard said, hey, did you see Tom McDonald's song Charlie, #1 video on YouTube and 7 on the billboards? I'm not surprised. I'm honestly not surprised. He jumped that out really quick, and honestly, it was really well done. Nixon Sniff, I smell the wood chipper. I'm not going to do a full volume wood chipper in case anybody hasn't made the proper adjustments. I definitely don't want to blow out anybody's speakers, but I love you. Love you, brother. Continue to stand up against evil. Sam said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we shall not fear, for we have Charlie Kirk and the baddest bastards in that valley. Facts, dog. Facts. Sorry that I did that in a Coolio cadence, but every time I hear, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I always think of Coolio now, forever. Am I the only one? Momo Kitty, thank you for being you, big bro. Momo, thank you. I'm not surprised about it. The bad actors involved, John Wick's booth all over again. Sis, felt that. And for anybody who's just joined recently, who's not sure about the charges that he's been given, he has been charged with aggravated murder in the 1st degree, obstruction of justice, discharging a firearm. They're aggravating it because A, it was politically motivated. B, there were children present. And that charge right there, the aggravated 1st degree murder, is a capital felony. It is a capital offense. It is absolutely punishable by the death penalty. So for those who didn't catch that before, they are going for the death penalty, full stop, in Utah. Jurgen my shit, bro. The name, Jurgen my shit, with the CIA profile picture. My guy, what's up? It's crazy to say out loud that the United States has a pedo-corrupt government problem. We do. Kind of makes me feel like being patriotic to this country is kind of dumb. Well, here's the thing is, my patriotism has never lied with our government. My patriotism has never been based on the United States government, who's in office, who's in POTUS, who's in the House, who's in any of these things, bro. My patriotism lies with the American people, the Constitution, and the principles upon which this country were founded. And that's where my patriotism will always lie. People will always let you down, homie. I've been wrong multiple times. I've had to come out and make videos and be like, hey guys, I screwed up and I want to make it right. Here's the real thing. And, please regard the information given in that last video. I've let you guys down sometimes. People will always let you down. People are very fallible. But I believe in the principles upon which this country was based: freedom, equality, equity for all, the American dream. These are the things in which my patriotism lies. So please don't let the corruption of people make you lose faith in what our country stands for. That's all I have to say on that. Carlos Duggett, JD, the old man was at all those bad events. They need to find the puppet masters. You're a great dude. Later, bye. I love you, and I think they definitely need to look into that dude so much more. Irish Chef, love the shout out to Aussie. Turn on the wood chipper from Ireland. Big love and respect to you, Aaron Gobra. Digital James, you and Jax only deserve love and kindness. Love your content and your coverage on this case. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Thank you so much, homie. We got a very first super chat from Normal Sports Cars in Arcadia, Florida. Big love to y'all out there in Florida. Thank you. I'm honored that you would super chat me as your first super chat, man. Daddy Wolf said, fuck firing squad. We want the wood chipper. JD, love you, brother, and God bless. We are all Charlie Kirk. P.S. Signing up for Patreon for you soon. Thank you so much, and I would be so happy to see you over on Patreon. We are going to be doing exclusive content you can't see anywhere else, daily drops. We are going to be doing lives over there that are much smaller and more intimate, and we're going to be doing merch giveaways. I'm going to be doing everything I can over there to incentivize it. The reason I'm doing Patreon, and I want to make this very clear, is there are things that I want to show you guys, things that I want to say that I can only say if I have it set up through Patreon in a paywall or some other platform. And Patreon's the one I've chosen. I have a video of the Alaskan Avenger's actual crime that he is not allowed to show, but I can. Like literally him slapping the dog shit out of a pedophile. I'm going to be releasing that over there. I have things that they won't let me say inherently over here because of the censorship on YouTube, and I just got tired of it, man. So that's the stuff I can't say over here is going to be on Patreon. Paul X, I bet it feels wild knowing that you are more trusted source for news than cable TV. I don't think we hate the media enough. And I don't always have all the information, but I bring you guys what I can as authentically and truthfully as possible, man. And it means a lot to me that you guys come here and that you guys trust me and what I'm sharing. And just know that I'm not always right. And I'm always willing to be proven wrong, and I'm willing to be humble and admit that, man. Lord's Prayer. Hey, JD, what do you think they chose Charlie Kirk and not the other political activists that were more extreme? I think Charlie Kirk was one of the strongest voices that the conservatives had. I think that Charlie Kirk was 100% on track to be the president of the United States one day. And I think they feared him because they couldn't beat him in a debate. There are other voices that echoed a lot of his sentiments, but he did it in a way that was loving and factual and based on statistics. And I think that they killed him because they couldn't beat him. They could not beat him in a debate, and that infuriated them. That's why I think that. And he was criticizing one of America's greatest allies. I'll just say that much. I can't say too much over here. Jensen, first, weird how many of these anti-Antifa people are peds and family hitters. Kyle was 4 for 4, and now this. Isn't it crazy how many people that share in this crazy left-wing ideology and Antifa get aroused by kids and victimize children? Big Strick, don't be in such a hurry to give up all of your rights because you're angry. Who's talking about giving up any rights, dog? I fully do not get the sentiment that you're saying. I don't understand where you think that I'm advocating for giving up any rights at all whatsoever, brother. Devin O'Learnick. I've seen comparisons to the George Floyd riots versus the Charlie Kirk vigils. Dems destroying things versus Republicans peacefully praying. What are your thoughts? My thoughts are I went to the Charlie Kirk rally here in Eugene, Oregon, and it was one of the most beautiful, positive, peaceful, kind experiences that I've ever had in the city of Eugene, Oregon. I have never seen people so unified and kind and polite and watching out for each other and loving each other and praying for each other. I didn't know that that could exist in a city that is as far left and as extremist as the city that I live outside of. And I've seen this city destroy itself before, certain sections. And you look at what happened in Portland. They burned Portland down, bro. And the police did not get involved. I can assure you, if the Charlie Kirk vigil had turned into riots, the police would have come in and dealt with those people. But they won't deal with the blue hair, septum ringy, and they thems. And that's concerning to me, bro. Marks, Discord needs to be investigated when they denied the messages exist. Let's not forget that they allow cub corn years ago. So Discord absolutely needs to be looked into 1000%, because I feel like they kind of obstructed justice after the fact. Jacob Hawley, Wisconsin is trying to do the same thing that California is. They want to get rid of semi-automatic pistols and rifles and pass duty to retreat. Our governor supports it too. GOP controls the legislature, so don't think it'll pass. I wholeheartedly condemn what California has done to their citizens' Second Amendment rights. And if Wisconsin is trying to do that too, fuck the people in Wisconsin who are trying to do that. That is absolutely unconstitutional, and it's gross. It's a gross miscarriage of the authority and the power that they have been given by their constituents. And I hope their constituents make sure that anyone advocating for that never gets fucking elected again in any position. I hope they have to be jizz moppers at the porn shop, and I hope their bucket leaks into their shoes. Nice guy Eddie, I hear the dick ticklers are now having their feet chopped off and are forced to jump up and down on rock salt until they are empty. I would love that. The ditty ticklers. I would love that. That would be fucking great. That's not as catchy and easy to roll off the tongue as wood chipper, but it's damn beautiful. It's like poetry. Master Uguay. The parents not only lost their kid to prison, but their own kid stained and dishonored his own family by doing this. And that's facts, man. As a parent, I can't imagine what they're going through, but I believe the dad did the right thing in turning his son in. Big love and support to them, man. My prayers go out to them. Cisco, Marine and firefighter here. Bro, thank you for your service to your country, to your community, and for being a fucking hero, my guy. These weirdos are pushing for violence will regret it when good men who are capable of the utmost violence answer the call to defend their fellow Americans. Stay safe, brother. I have a full length that is geared up and ready to be released today about the left trying to start a war in this country. It is a war they will not win. And I urge you all to check out that full length, because it's probably one of the best things that I've ever done. And I'm really excited to share it with you guys. And thank you again for your service. Wall Street Viking, I know you're not a conservative or a liberal, but welcome to the right, because you're not wrong. They moved the bar so far left, we're all right or lunatic. And here's the thing. I don't prescribe to a political party. I prescribe to common sense. And the right just seems to align itself with reality a lot more than the left, which is crazy to me. Richard Bove, thank you so much. I appreciate you, big dog. Big love and respect to you, homie. Mad scientist. We, the Crusaders, are awake now. And they're going to regret that shot that woke us up. Cat's rule, God shall expose all that is evil. Nothing is covered that will not be revealed, and hidden, and nothing revealed that will not be known. So I think Candace Owens said really good. I really like the way that she worded this. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. I saw her say that, and it really impressed me. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. I think that's 100% true, and we need to drag everything out into the light in this country. We've been lied to and had things hidden from us for too long. Wade Solomon, as a CO, this dude is screwed. Jail and prison will not be pleasant for him at all. This guy's stint up to execution will be miserable, especially considering that the state of Utah integrated there in 2021 the state of Utah integrated their death row inmates into general population. Wade, you know as well as I do, you've probably done more time being a CO in 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, whatever they do where you're at. You've probably collectively done as much, if not more time in a prison situation than I have. General population for this dude is getting fucked up. This dude is going to get fucked up. They're going to take every opportunity to fuck this dude up. They're going to be foaming at the mouth to be able to get that trophy, that achievement award of I fucked up the dude who did this horrific shit. They're going to want to be able to tell their great grandkids about it. Andrew Thorpe, bring your lovely wife in and please pray as Jesus said, more than one gathered in my name. There I am. We all march with Christ. God bless all. Cheers. Love you, homie. Love you. I can't actually get Jax to come in right now because Jax is getting ready to go to an appointment. C&D Designs, love that hat. Appreciate you, JD. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And this hat is available at Bunker Branding. The Make Pedophiles Afraid Again merch is my merch. And if you want to go to bunkerbranding.com, there's a link in my bio. You can get the Make Pedophiles Afraid Again, the Sober Not Soft, and multiple wood chipper designs. If you want to support the wood chipper tribe, we have a wood chipper tribe shirt, hat, and hoodie. And that's where it's all at if you enjoy the hat. Jeff Lucas, thanks for covering with care. It deserves. Also, any update on the crazy person that claimed he shot Charlie? I hope he gets charges. So, Jeff, he did get charged with obstruction of justice. He was arrested yesterday. He was also arrested for child pornography that was found on his phone. So he admitted to the police that he did it so the shooter could get away. And he said he was happy he did it because the shooter got away. So they've charged him with obstruction of justice. The reason they didn't arrest him and keep him right then was he had some sort of a medical event and had to go to the hospital. And as soon as he was ready to be discharged from the hospital, they arrested his ass right there in the hospital. Fluent, much love, man. Just saying we should all play Ready or Not together sometime. It would be a fun time. Love you, brother. Hell yeah. Azrang, what's up, man? I got JD sports ad on a JD stream. Coincidence? JD best wood chipper operator and sports brand. Yeah. So I want you guys to know I have zero control over the ads. I have a choice to monetize or not monetize the stream. If I don't monetize it, YouTube won't push it out in the algorithm and no one will see it because YouTube is a business. The way that works is they want to be able to make money off of the stream. And if I don't allow them to make money off the stream, nobody's going to see it. So when they put in ads, what ads they put in, I have no control over, homie. Tyler's going to be a human Fifi. Sturgeon 510. I do believe that this dude is absolutely going to get penetrated. For those of you who don't know, a Fifi is a prison homemade pocket partner. It's a pocket pussy, bro. Kill me, YouTube. I don't care. It's a fucking pocket pussy. So he's saying that dude's going to be a human pocket pussy. He's saying dude's going to get wallered out in prison. Sure enough. But I think he likes that because his girlfriend has a penis. So I'm pretty sure he's into penis. Mad scientist. They woke up us crusaders. Facts. Daniel Boone Archery. Sounds like big country. Will be like a kid in a candy store now. I'm going to get inside him. I'm going to water him out. In the mood. Keep up the badass work. Many prayers to you and your family and Charlie. Stay safe, brother. Love you, homie, and I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words for the family. Jonathan said, have you seen the video of the idiot saying Charlie isn't martyr material? Then it cuts to all the vigils for him. Bet she feels dumb as fuck right now. That sounds like the least disrespectful thing that I've seen, to be honest with you. I'm the video that I'm going to be releasing about the left wanting to start a war and this being them declaring war on the American citizens, not even the right. The left declared war on American citizens and our constitutional rights to free speech. Not just the shooter, but every single one of them that is celebrating this. It's a declaration of war against every single one of us, even their own people. They're that stupid. They're that retarded that they've declared war against all American citizens. And I have a video coming out about that. And it has some of the most disgusting, despicable things I've ever seen uttered on the internet. And I'm really, it's one of my best pieces I've ever put together, I believe. And I'm really excited for y'all to see it. That drops today. Filthy Phoenix said, love your content. Keep up the good work, my dude. Thank you. I appreciate you. Huge love to you, my man. Laird Olif. Hey, man, are you going to get on Pepperbox? I feel like you and your community would fit in with us Pepperbacks. Well, you know, I think that that's definitely something that could be happening in the near future, bro. I'm pretty intertwined with the Unsubscribed podcast dudes. Those are my brothers. Overcomplicated. Did you see the Charlie chants in Korea? I did not see that Korea was doing that. I've seen it in Canada. I've seen it in the UK. I've seen it over in Australia. And God bless all of you who are supporting us in these different countries right now through this. Andrew Thorpe said 3 million on a UK march. You got to visit the next one. Andrew, I hadn't heard 3 million. I heard it was over 1 million. That is incredible. I saw people holding up signs with Charlie's face. I heard people chanting Charlie. I have a video coming out today of a very Irish looking man in the UK declaring revolution and saying that Charlie Kirk's death was the tipping point. I love that support and I appreciate it. Unfortunately, the UK will not let me in because I am a felon. You know, my friends, you know, it's so intensive to be able to get into the UK as a felon. My friend Ronnie Radke booked a whole sold out tour, an arena tour in the UK. And then at the last second, they decided not to let him in. He was going in his band Falling in Reverse. And I remember talking to him about it. And he's like, dude, they just shot me the fuck down. It was so crazy. Jacob Hawley said Charlie Kirk's assassination has officially been charged with the death penalty. Yes, Charlie Kirk's assassin, like he said, he is charged officially with they are going for the death penalty just in the state charges. We haven't even seen what the feds are going to be doing yet. Michelle said, leftist here. I don't know what TR stood for, but he's innocent until proven guilty. Turning point is continued Kirk tour at USU 930. So like, look, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. I 100% agree with you on that, Michelle. Everybody has that constitutional right. And at my very core, I support the Constitution over political parties. 100% agree. I think that him making a confession, not only to his father, but also to the police at this point, which was just recently announced, is very telling. But I do agree with you. He's innocent until proven guilty. I stand with you on that. Kevin Carey, I also work in bail bonds and as a private investigator. Sick, dude. The Irina case motivated me more. Watch for a DM. People like you can help us catch these people. Love you, Kevin. What an incredible dude. With all the shit that you're doing is insane, bro. That's sick. Megan Sinclair, stopping in to say hello. Can't stay. I have work, but hope everyone has a wonderful day and much love, you guys. I hope you're still here, sister, to see this. I love you. Great to see you. Alpha the Wolf said, what are the charges? Sorry, I just joined. So he's been charged. The main charge that's the most important is the aggravated first-degree murder, and that is the one they're going for the death penalty on, my man. Jacob Hawley, we must keep forging ahead. It's what Charlie Kirk would have wanted and demanded. We do. We must stand up and run for political office and speak publicly, overwhelm the system, get out there, make your voice loud and proud, but remain peaceful. And that last part, peacefully, we must remain peaceful. We can't allow ourselves to be goaded into political violence by these people. I understand that the urge to fight fire with fire, but we're no better than them silencing somebody for their political opinion, silencing somebody for their First Amendment constitutionally guaranteed right. We have to be better than that. Backwoods Templar, what's up, JD? Thought you would like to know I'm 3 months seizure free. Can I get a wood chipper? Hell yeah, Backwoods wood chipper! Trying to do that so I don't blow out anybody's eardrums, because right below you, Tuxedo Mask said, rest in peace, my eardrums. I'm sorry, bro. I tried to be nice. I really tried to warn y'all. Allison Nunnally, good to see you, sis. Hey, buddy, thanks for your content, and please check your messages when you get a chance. I sent you and Jack something Frenchie related. Love it. Love it, sis. Hell yes. Brickhouse said the screwdriver could be for reattaching the scope to the rifle. If the scope's taken off, you could hide it in your pants barrel pointed downwards, but not jumping off the building like that. You will never convince me that he jumped off the building, because I watched it, bro. Full squat. He jumps off the building, lands all the way down, knees fully distended into a full squat, goes back up. A 30-06 rifle would have torn through his pants. It would have fucked him up. He would have fallen to the ground in the worst way. There's no way that he had that in his pants, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. If he had it, he had to have broken it down and put it in the bag. Victor said, we need an antique chippy with original parts. Yes. Israel and Ben Shapiro did this. Y'all will see. I didn't say anything, YouTube. It wasn't me. Foxglow. If the rifle is quick to break down, why was it found fully assembled? That is a beautiful question. Why would you take the time to reassemble the rifle? That is a really beautiful question. 1000%. Missouri Dirt Stick said, outside the Overton has a slow-mo breakdown of 4 angles. I'm going to give me half a second, you guys, because it's important to me that okay, I screenshot that because I want to check that out. I want to see all 4 angles. Thank you so much for putting me up on game. Colby McCurdy, my dude, what's up? The Speak the Truth podcast Discord broke down everything, and we don't believe he was the shooter. I have the evidence and would love to share it with you. Look, here's the thing, is that I don't believe the narrative. I don't believe the narrative at all whatsoever. I really don't. I believe he was involved, though. I don't believe he was the shooter, but I believe he was involved. And what I want to see is death to everyone who was involved. I want to see the death penalty to all co-conspirators. I mean, the people who were posting that it was going to happen the night before on social media, they knew. They are a co-conspirator. They are equally as fucking in this as whoever pulled the trigger. So when I'm celebrating that they're going for the death penalty, it's not because I believe he was the shooter necessarily. It's because I know that he was involved. Wade Selman, taking into account that this guy's father was a former police officer, he probably had a decent idea of how to break down the gun quickly. But why did they find it all put back together then? Chalzen, thank you for being a positive force in the face of all this darkness. Hearts and prayers for the Kirk family. Absolutely. And also, I want to jump back in here, Wade. We know that he had a wealth of training with guns, because we've seen the family, the mom's Facebook photos showed years and years of him at ranges with different types of, rifles, doing target practice and all of that. So I agree with you that he could have broken it down quickly. I don't understand why he would have reassembled it for the feds to find. All bone, no brain. I know this is off topic and I'm sorry, but you always have important streams, so I never know when to ask. What would it cost to get a custom JD sound bit I can use for my stream? Sorry for the off topic. Just hit me up on Insta. I'm JD _ delay on Insta. You'll find me. I'm the one with hundreds of thousands of followers on Insta. Hit me up and DM me, dude. We could just do that. I don't need to charge you for that, bro. Blackbeard. I don't know if I'm saying it right. In God we trust, all others we track. I love that quote. I've never heard that, Blackbeard. I absolutely love that. That is beautiful. Big Hoss Boss, Gray Hughes Investigates channel does a full breakdown and shows the gun wrapped in, shows the towel wrapped gun. I'm also screenshotting that because I want to check all of these channels out. And thank you for the recommendation. Error said everything about this smells fishy. Why was the handoff of one of the hand signal by Kirk's guard right at the time when he was talking about trans gun violence? Why did the director say Valhalla? It's a little weird that a dude who's, forgive me if I'm wrong on this, isn't Kash Patel Hindu and Charlie Kirk is Christian? Why would a Hindu say to a Christian that he'll see him in a Norse pagan heaven? It's also just kind of a warrior mantra, but it seems a little off. And why did the shooter have an island location called Valhalla on his computer and much more? I was not aware about an island location called Valhalla. I'm going to have to look into that. Thank you so much, Error. Well played. Vicky G, the UK stands with you, America. Love you, Vicky. Love y'all in the UK. Thank you so much. Brothers and sisters. Spacious Rush. The founding fathers were imperfect men at an imperfect time, but the ideals that they set in place, the idea of America and all it can be is worth fighting for. And I agree with that. Full stop. Full Send Films from Alberta, Canada. Charlie's death has hit us harder over here too. I'm really hoping they make a public example out of whoever is responsible. And thank you for the support from Canada. We love our brothers and sisters up north. I hope that every single person who was involved or had information prior to this, who did nothing to stop it, who did nothing to stop Charlie Kirk being murdered, assassinated in front of his wife and kids, I hope every single person is brought to justice. I hope it's public and I hope it's extreme. Diary of a Drug Addict. Hey, brother, side note, 13 months sober yesterday. Thank you for being an inspiration. Much love, brother, from Washington State. So much respect for you, bro. You should be proud of yourself. That's absolutely incredible. Anister Asteroid said 30 gets metal, gets hot, yet no burns on him or towel. Oh, the metal on a 30-06 gets hot, but no burns. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Dominar, so good to see you. I enjoy hearing your gentle voice here online. Well, to tell the truth, it sounds like an alligator blowing a load. I sound like an alligator blowing a load. Hold on. Dennis, do you think I sound like an alligator blowing a load? I don't know, JD. You're just mad. Dominar's pretty smart. Fuck you, Dennis. Love you, Dom. You guys heard it straight out of the mouth of good old boy Dennis. And we've got Mr. Maurice over here. Maurice is the big boy. I've been telling you guys, I love alligators. I fuck with alligators. Okay, so adjust your guys' volume again. Turn it up, and we'll hear if there's anything else relevant that is said here in this press conference. I am going to turn my volume down.
Where they believe the suspect left campus and entered a wooded area. In that wooded area, investigators found a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a towel. The rifle contained 1 spent round and 3 unspent rounds. This is consistent with the facts officers observed at the time of and immediately after the shootings. No shell casings were found on the roof, suggesting a bolt action rather than an auto-loading weapon, and only a single round was fired. Each round in the rifle contained an etched inscription as follows. The fired cartridge was etched, no Tice's bulge, OWO, what's this? The second.
Okay, you guys, please turn your volume down again for a second because I feel like I was set up here. So turn your volume down because I'm going to be speaking again. Apologies about the difference in the volume. Did dude just say no Tice's bulge? OWO? It's notice his bulge? Ooh, 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 ooh. God, hearing this fucking turtle looking dude say no Tice his bulge. OWO. That shit was hilarious to me, dog. That shit was funny as fuck. I'm fucking dying over here, bro. Does anybody, am I the only one who knows that it's notice his bulge? Ew, ew. Like, did anybody else catch how fucking hilarious that misstep was? That shit was funny to me. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. Tyler Dodd, I love that hat. Where can I get one? Bunkerbranding.com. You just look up the page for JD Delay because there's a lot of other creators on there. But it's my merch right here. And it's available at bunkerbranding.com. If you want to find an easier pathway to get it, there is a link in my bio. It's the one that says Bunker Branding at the top of my bio. If you just go to my home YouTube page. Thank you so much, Tyler. No Tice, his bulge, OWO. Southern Rock, can we please give people who are talking shit about CK concrete swimsuits? No, we can't. We can't because they have the constitutional right to say what they feel and believe. And Charlie Kirk would have stood on that business too. But I understand the sentiment and the anger. James said, pretty evil to celebrate the death of a young man. Evil 100%. I 1000% agree with that. Matthew Clark, thank you so much. Imagine the attorney that has to be okay representing that scum. Attorneys have hard jobs sometimes, man. They really do. Love your channel, JD. Much love and stay safe, everyone. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Rob, so they want us to believe he broke his gun down and then reassembled it before dumping it. After just doing that, I call bullshit, said Rob. I too call bullshit. After doing a shooting like that, knowing that the whole world is about to be looking for you, you're like, I'm going to dump this gun. You know what? I want it to be pretty when they find it. I better put it back together. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me logically. Bryce said, much love, JD. Keep doing what you do. Sad time in our country right now. Be safe, smart, and kind, everyone. Love you, big dog. And that's a good looking fish you got right there, man. Big love to you. Daddy Wolf just joined up. I got you, brother. Wood chipper. Hell yeah. Sleeping Fugly. Oh, God, I love your name and your profile picture. Is that Smokey the Bear? Is that Smokey the Bear with an AR or an AK? That shit's sick. Are you able to post to Pepperbox? Let's go plop some Pepperbacks. Ooh, raw. I actually am not part of Pepperbox yet, but there's a high likelihood I'll be on there. Jack Luca, the Charlie murderers site seems to be down. So they took down the there was a site that was put up called Expose Charlie's Murderers, something like that. And it was actually taken down. And a lot of the people who were posting on there could actually be facing lawsuits and even possible criminal charges because people were getting doxxed. Now they have a new website up because people don't give a fuck. People are mad. But I would refrain from doing too much about doxing people publicly. Posting, it is wildly illegal to post somebody's information, their address, their phone number, all that shit in public, like that. And that's what was happening there. So some of those people could actually be in trouble. The people who are getting their information and then, leaving shitty Google reviews on the businesses where they work, calling in and letting their employers know how they feel about what they're saying online, that is legal. But they were breaking some laws with that Charlie's Murderers site, and it has been taken down. Fanto, hey, JD, mad love for you. Respect your story, and thank you for doing what you can to help others. Knowing what you know, how well do you think Trans Tifa, I don't say his name, bro. love and respect, but I don't say that dude's name, would do in prison. No, he's going to get beat down and butt fucked in prison, dog. He's going to get beat down and butt fucked. He's going to get stabbed. He's going to have a really rough time in prison. It is not going to be good for that piece of shit in prison, dog. Love you. Dead Leg Red Pirates. JD, big fan. Well, homie, I don't have fans. I'm a normal human being. I'm just another American. I'm your brother. I'm your friend. I'm your family. So we could be friends instead. Remember, you're the media now. Something Charlie Kirk said, it was from Romans 8:28. Simply, God is working things towards good. Look at the unity world round. God bless everyone. And I think he would be so proud to know, bro, that there was a 57% uptick in people going to church Sunday, 2 days ago after his death. I think that would make Charlie really happy, man. I love you. Thank you for being here. Justin said, if there's anyone that needs to be fed to Mr. Chippy, it's that Destiny dude. And I roast and impale Destiny on the full length that I'm releasing later today about the left starting a war against America. Destiny, not only for the allegations of grooming children, the admission that he has child porn on his computer, but just his stance on the things that he has said, I loathe that creature. And I think that he should be looked into and investigated by the feds to the fullest extent. To the fullest extent. And he's part of the video and what I go in on of this full length that's going to be dropped today that I think is one of the best things I've ever made. Christy, what's up? Christy McShubine. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. That was probably sloppy. I apologize, sister. My CrossFit coach is thinking about doing a memorial WOD for Charlie, but she is on the fence about it because some people who also go to this gym are left-leaning, and she doesn't want to lose members. What are your thoughts? I understand from a business perspective. I know that when I speak out against people that are left-leaning, which I do quite often, I also speak out against what the president is doing, Trump, his administration. I lose supporters, I lose followers, I lose subs, and I even get death threats. I have gotten more death threats since Charlie Kirk died than I have gotten in my entire time being on the internet. So I understand if she's not comfortable with it. That's a situation where she has to judge what's more important to her. Putting on the vigil, putting on the memorial, doing the celebration of life, doing the tribute, or, her safety and her livelihood. And I would respect it either way, and I think that Charlie would as well. Victor, to be fair, we're assuming prison justice doesn't get too feisty. Prison justice will get absolutely feisty. And the cool thing about Utah State Prison, I've said this before, they put death row inmates into general population. What that means is he'll be there with the gang members. He'll be there with the other murderers that aren't hated people. He'll be in there with all of the fucking worst of the worst. And he will have to fight for his ass and his life. And that dude is an A1 twink, bro. They're going to tear that twink's asshole up, bro. It's going to be bad. Crook Chain, seeing justice for Charlie Kirk made my day better. Love you, JD. And I felt great about this as well. I think that the state of Utah so far, with the charges that they've brought forward, were the best charges that they could possibly bring forward. They're going for the death penalty, and that's what we want to see. Hayes said, you're fucking hilarious. Love from Indiana. Love right back to you in Indiana, brother. AMG Leafy. Hey, JD, I sent you a DM on Insta. I don't care. Just wanted to show my support. Also, my 19th birthday is in 3 days. Love y'all. Be safe. Well, Leafy, let me be hopefully the first person to say happy birthday to you, family. We love you. Congratulations. 19 is a great year. I hope you enjoy it and it brings you nothing but growth and peace and success, my man. Error said, get your tinfoil hats, boys and girls. Lots of theories out there with lots of evidence. And that's facts. it's hard to keep up on all the different theories that are going on. And a lot of them have substantiating value, evidentiary value. The king of history. Just remember that the most important thing is the investigation. They caught him. But some things need to be held back until trial. Otherwise, it could poison the jury pool and get a mistrial. And that is very eloquently spoken, my friend. You are 100% correct on that. Art of kindness. They want war. They can't handle war. Thanks for being here for us, brother. And that is entirely to the point of my video. The people that are the least likely to survive the first round of combat are the ones foaming at the mouth trying to incite us into combat. It is a level of mental retardation and delusion that I can't even fathom. So I don't know what the fuck these people think they're doing, but it's all bad for them. Trevor Smith, jingling, jingling in someone's future. Much love, brother. Much love to you. And what a great picture. I assume that's you and your dog. Beautiful, man. Will Devil 420. I love this country. Not a domestic terrorist. Facts. Victor, they can't silence us all. Amen. J-Man Jr. Hey, JD, have you watched the video Paramount Tactical put out with Gray Hughes breaking down the shooting? Worth the watch. I haven't, but I got the recommendation and I screenshot it and I will be checking it out. Thank you. Oh boy, Turd Ferguson, my guy. What's up, buddy? Stay strapped always. Facts. I lost my constitutional, God-given Second Amendment rights to defend myself and my family. I don't believe it's constitutional that they've stripped that from me. And I didn't pay attention to the fact that I didn't have those rights when I was a criminal. I was not law-abiding, so I just got unlawful guns and carried them. I even have a conviction for that to prove that. But once I became law-abiding and decided that I was going to be a citizen and be reformed and be in recovery, I started respecting all laws, including that I'm not allowed to own a gun. I'm hoping that I am restored at some point because I believe that that would be the right thing for the government to do. But until then, if you have your Second Amendment rights, use them. And if you're not using them, can I borrow yours? I lost mine and I don't know where they're at. Gatsu said, Voltaire, I disapproved of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. The founding fathers believed this. They wouldn't have cheered. And that's why I feel like this attack was starting a war, not just with the right, but with all American citizens, including themselves. I don't know what the fuck these people are celebrating. They're retarded and they're evil and they're celebrating this. It's gross. Spade said, hey, brother, I've been following your content for a while now. I love what you do. And you should do a show with Sos the Ghost from Demon's Row if you haven't already. Much love and respect, bro. You know, it's funny. I was talking to you see this in the background? That's one of Sos's hats, the unzombified hat. I was talking with my brother Sos yesterday, bro. I love Sos. He's an incredible person. And as soon as I get a chance to head out there to New York, or actually, I believe he's moved to Florida, I'm going to be doing something with him because I absolutely think Sos is a beast, bro. Mad Scientist, I just read your hat. I love it. Make pedophiles afraid again. Yes, sir. Nuclear-powered wood chippers. Turler Perks. Hell yeah, brother. Victor said, careful, JD. The news inspired him, making them accomplices. And not just the news. I would say that there is plenty of evidence that political figures on the left pushed this volatile violence as well. Replay OP. Have you ever been a Democrat or Republican? Oh, I have never been a Democrat or Republican. Sorry. A lot of reading today. But from this disgusting behavior from the left, I vow to never again vote for a Democrat. Bro, the Democratic Party has a lot of work to do to ever hold any credibility ever again. Ever again. And we cannot just have a one-party system. That's dangerous. But I would be hard-pressed to say there's a single Democratic politician that I could get behind. The ones that I did respect moved to the right. Tulsi Gabbard moved to the right. What's the big dude, the big bald dude, John something, and he wears fucking hoodies all the time and shorts. I like that dude, but he moved to the right. Texas T, I bet his roommate was at the rally and they were the ones that retrieved the firearm. Well, they have text messages to his roommate asking him to go and pick it up. Colby said, yes, he was definitely involved. Facts. Human filth. The wood chipper is hungry. Always. Serge said, how were cameras following the shooter when they didn't know yet? I'm not completely and totally educated on how their surveillance system works, so I can't really speculate on that, my brother. But that's a good point, and it's something to look into. Worldwide Game Boy. I think he was killed so Trump can pass Epstein file block. Think about it. You haven't talked or thought about it since Charlie was taken out. Well, I actually did talk about it in a short yesterday that Congress shot down, or the Senate shot down, the Epstein Transparency Act at the exact same time that Charlie Kirk was killed, and that it was entirely Republicans that voted against it. So I did speak on it. Sometimes you got to look for it before you accuse me of not speaking on it. Clarice Pearl, Valhalla Island is a resort in the Florida Keys. Really? Really? I'm going to be looking into that. Thank you so much, Clarice. I appreciate you. Texas T. I love Texas, by the way. Just so y'all know, what a great state. He should face the pirate crime punishment. Han Jin. What is that? Can somebody educate me on the pirate crime punishment, Han Jin? I would love to know. I'm morbid. Frank Neal. Thank you for all you're doing. You bring great content. Your vigilance and dedication are inspiring. Prayers for you, your family, and all your viewers. Prayers for the Charlie Kirk family. God bless us all. God bless this nation. God bless Charlie Kirk's family. God bless everyone in this community. And God bless the citizens of America, especially and particularly the ones who have sanity and compassion. V's damn horse rescue. I love that. While he's awaiting trial, they could play Charlie Kirk's sermons and speeches on a loop for him. You know, I saw Riley Gaines say that she hopes he gets life in prison and that he's forced to listen to reruns of Charlie Kirk forever, so that for the rest of his life, he has to realize what a good human being he took away from life, our nation, his children. Tattooed and reviewed. Love from Canada, homie. Come get tattooed, bro. I would love that, but Canada won't let me cross the border, my man. They don't like me over there because I'm a power felon. Lol89 said, yo, JD, from the UK, goats, keep up the good work. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Man, I appreciate you guys and your support over there in the UK so much. Our whole nation appreciates it, man. Dominar said, they said they found DNA on the screwdriver and the towel, but did not say anything about DNA on the gun. What's up with that? I'm interested in that as well. I noticed that specific and particular verbiage. And isn't that interesting? I didn't hear them say anything about finding gloves on him either. Did you? Did anybody hear anything about them saying he had gloves on him? Gary's metal detecting. God will work it all out. We just provide the path through justice. You know, sometimes all you could do is set up the meeting so they could go stand before God and actually face the true justice. Blackbeard said, hey, can you let us know if Jelly Roll is going to do a song in honor of Charlie and with anyone? I haven't heard anything from Jelly about the situation, my man. He's one of the busiest individuals that I know, to be honest with you. Benjamin Chalker, petition for public court cases. A la this one and Depp versus Heard to have weird multicasts like football. You know, that's very interesting. And this, so the federal case will not be televised, but they haven't even brought the federal charges yet. The state case should be televised. We should be able to live stream all of the state case. Jim E, look at my dog. I love your dog, bro. What a happy boyo. I love dogs, man. Dogs are my people. Dogs are 1000% my favorite people on the planet. Victor said Nepal had their own version of our tea party. Hope we don't join them yet. I would hope so as well, man. Danny said, I'm a Syrian refugee. I love America and freedom. Welcome, man. Welcome. Big love to you, brother. Welcome here. Glad that you're embracing the freedom. I hope that this country brings you nothing but opportunity, wealth, health, all of the best, man. Fashizi, JD, you have stuff wrong. No official has stated the gun was broken down. The limping with the rifle in his pants is on the way to the even and not after the drop off of the roof. Other than that, love you. And I may very well have that wrong. I very well may. It looked like he was limping after the drop, but I might have things twisted up, bro. And thank you for coming here and helping me to take a closer look at things. I appreciate you. Death Silence. He probably disassembled to make it easier to conceal, probably reassembled to hide in a former cop's gun safe. Damn. Well, that would be definitely one really good theory. Kashi Kane, I love your channel. I'm glad we have you to give us an honest report. Love you, brother. Stay safe. Love you, Kashi, and I appreciate you being here with us, man. Big love and respect. Spade said, ghosting, brother, always. Big love to Sos the Ghost and Demon's Row. Toasty Buns. For millions of people, they lost a part of their soul when Charlie was murdered, and they felt it. Rest in heaven, Charlie. We will miss you dearly. I don't think that anybody lost a part of their soul. I think that it broke our hearts, man. I think that it broke a lot of people's hearts. I know that me and Jax's hearts were broken to see that in our country. It was such a disgusting display of fascism and domestic terrorism. But I don't think Charlie would want any of our souls stained by this. Buff like Jesus, it only cost them their souls. People celebrating this and the people who perpetrated this, I would definitely agree. FYI, PCP air pews are not a Red Ryder. A compressor is used and measured in bar. You could get bigger than 50 cal, felon friendly in most states. My dog Trev, what's up, my brother? Hell yeah. And I know that in my state it's legal. So I'm going to be, I have a custom being made, bro. Hope you're doing good this morning, brother. Big love and respect to you and the fam. Captain Crunch Guy, JD, please be careful. There's a list going around on Twitter with people's names on them. Supposedly J.K. Rowling is next. I'm scared. So I haven't heard about the list on Twitter. I know that there's lists being made on Blue Sky. I have people looking into it to run a cross check for my name of the people talking about this on Blue Sky. But my uptick of death threats has been insane, bro. I've received more death threats since Charlie Kirk was killed than I received in the entire time I've been on the internet, which is daunting. Michael Martinez, sad that this is how I discovered Charlie Kirk. The left is seriously out of line. They went from blue-haired lesbians to assassins. What the hell? It's crazy, right? Digital James said, I must have missed the part in history class where Hitler and the Nazis' only offense was hurting millions of people's feelings with statements of truth. So sick of the Charlie comparison by idiots. I think that we need to strike their ability to be able to say the word Nazi and fascist, because then it transphobe and racist, because then they would have no talking points left, and they'll slap that on everybody. If you disagree, it's hate speech. If I don't like your speech, it's hate speech. If I don't like what you're saying, you're a fucking Nazi. You're literally Hitler. It's insane. That's what's insanity, bro. Cheetah Glenn, the founders of this country, warned about a two-party system, and I'm sure that counts for one party as well. I just hope for a better system in the future, wishing for a more rational future. I think all of us are at this point, bro. Any of us with common sense are. Serge said, I just want to say I respect you and look for your channel for all of my news. Serge, I love you and I appreciate you. And thank you for being a part of this family and a part of this community, man. Death Silence. The cheapest Mauser 98 I've found started at 2K. World War II versions, Australian painter could go for 8K, not cheap. That's crazy, dog. Man fading in the night. I can't wait till they stop telling us that what we see with our own eyes is a lie. I'm not smart enough for all of these dumb people around me. God bless. That's pretty to the damn point, isn't it? Little Dead Shroom. JD, do you think he will be Epstein? I think there's a really good possibility that this dude will be Epsteined in prison. If my estimation is correct, and this is a larger standing conspiracy that he was involved in, I don't think they let him make it to where he uses his voice, and he's already started to break. The FBI announced this morning that he is now cooperating with them, which means that would be really, it would motivate people that have a lot to lose to silence him, like he silenced Charlie Kirk or was involved with the silencing of Charlie Kirk. Just silent. What's up, JD? They also did say there was DNA on the trigger. Okay, thank you. I hadn't heard that, and that's important. I appreciate you educating me. Scroats McGoats, did you ever see the Black Mirror episode about the woman in the prison park? I saw every single episode of Black Mirror, man. I love that show. Texas T, thank you so much again, sis. JD, play Tom McDonald's Charlie Kirk song. If I play it on here, I will get a copyright infringement ban, and they will take this down, and it'll go as a strike against my channel. That is copyrighted material that I don't have the right to play on here. But I have listened to the song. Error said also one of Charlie's guards was handed something by handshake that looks like a small wad of cash, and another person in the crowd pointed something at Charlie. Was it the one? Was it the guard that did this? Because that looked like a signal. Because you have to think about it. Wherever the shooter was, whether it was the dude on the roof or a dude positioned somewhere that would make more sense with the trajectory of the bullet, wherever the shooter was, it's unlikely that they could hear the discussion. And the timing was too intrinsic. The timing of him getting shot right when he was talking about trans violence, I don't believe was coincidental even for a second. So that would mean that somebody would have had to give him a signal. And I believe we all saw the person. That looked like a signal to me. So I'd be interested to see if that was the dude who was handed a wad of cash. Error said also one of Charlie's. Okay, yeah, we just read that. Sorry. Sleeping Fugly. This maggot going to be called Swiss cheese after Utah convicts and they get the firing squad. Pronouns would be here and there if they use the wood chipper. Spread them around, my guys. Spread them around. Taylor said, yo, JD, absolutely love the vids. Love and respect from the UK. Love and respect to y'all in the UK. Thank you for standing with us as we stand with you with everything that you're going through. You guys deserve freedom of speech in the UK. Victor said, far left means terrorism. Far right means hateful. It's not safe to be in the middle anymore. And that's the real life truth, Victor. The real life truth. Mike O'Mara said, sending prayers to Charlie's wife, Erica, and their daughters. May angels keep them wrapped tight with their wings, full of warmth and love, JD. Facts, bro. So for those of you who don't know, Erica owns a clothing company. And for every shirt that she sells, they give a shirt to a homeless person. They actively are doing a 1-for-1. It's called Proclaim Streetwear. If they sell a shirt, they donate a shirt to somebody who is in need. Me and Jax went and tried to support through buying merch. There's multiple ways that we've tried to. I don't talk about things that I donate and shit like that because it seems performative and it's like, oh, look at me. I'm a good person. I did this. I don't talk about that shit. I don't ever want to be that person. But I want to just let you guys know we went to go support as well through buying Proclaim merch. And when we went, every single thing on the fucking website is sold out. From the biggest ticket items to the smallest ticket items, there's not a single thing that you can buy from her merch, from her clothing line right now, because the world bought it all out in support of her family, and her mission. And I think that's incredible. Error said, no, he didn't have a hat, but the hat guy gave the cash, I think. Holy shit. I'm going to be looking for those videos, bro. Thank you. Ray said, short drop and a sudden stop into Mr. Chippy for the POS. Hell yeah. Dominar said, how come we choose from just 2 people to run for president and 50 for Miss America? We need a wood chipper party. Yes. Yes. Great point, my man. Sleeping Fugly said, I'm not saying not many would think of collecting the casing. I'm just saying not many would think of collecting the casing after the shot and leave a rifle is leaving evidence. This feels too clean to me. I hadn't even thought of that. But didn't they collected the casing, correct? Was that found with the rifle? Does anybody know where they found the casing? James Lindsay, hello from Alabama. What did I miss? James, love y'all out in Alabama. Great state. What you missed is that they have officially charged the trans Tifa Kirk assassin with first-degree aggravated murder, which carries a death penalty. They have put in for the death penalty. And in the state of Utah, where this is happening, they put inmates in with general population. So it's looking all bad for that horrific creature. Sir Gumby, they released the Utah court documents and text logs for that piece of shit today. Also, you're one of the best motherfuckers on the west side of Mississippi River. Stay frosty, JD. Thank you so much. And I mean no disrespect to those who are using his name. I refuse to do it. I'm not going to put his name out there and make this maggot any more famous. We're going to disrespect him every opportunity we get. Fashizi, it was gun violence, not trans. Okay. Mr. Gamma, I don't remember politics being such a touchy subject growing up. It wasn't. People agreed to disagree. People were kind. Republicans sat with Democrats as friends, as countrymen, as neighbors, and we were politically respectful, especially to the point of murdering someone over different points of views. It's absolutely insanity, bro. Caleb, thank you so much. Your creepy uncle. The pendulum. I love your name. The pendulum, the right has more commitment than the left. It could be a curse in this climate. No more permanent solutions for temporary problems. Cheers. One bad, two valve. I think Israel is involved. Just the day before, he was talking with Ben Shapiro about Israel and calling out things that they were doing. I watched Candace Owens a lot too, and she's on to something. And we did a live about that last night. Jack Luca, off topic, Luigi had 2 murder charges dropped. Crazy. I feel like they overcharged him. Sith Gamer, do you like bands like Metallica and Five Finger Death Punch? I'm not as much a Metallica fan. I'm actually good friends with Ivan Moody from Five Finger Death Punch. He's one of the kindest individuals I've ever met. He will occasionally text me just to check on me, and I text him to check on him. What a truly amazing human being Ivan Moody is, man. So much respect for him. Victor, I'm more and more constitutionalist every day because of acts like this. And this is one of the greatest affronts to our Constitution we've seen in a long time. It's an act of blatant fascism and domestic terrorism. Ellie Sparks, wait, did he not clean up his brass? Well, so they found the shell casing, and it had a message printed on it. It said, notice his bulge, ew, ew, on it. And then the unspent shell casings also had messages like, hey, fascist, catch. You do the biggest act of fascism in recent American history, and yet you're calling your victim the fascist is crazy. Felix Harrison, round found in the rifle chamber, never ejected. Okay, thank you. That explains things and brings a lot more to light. Death Silence. Hey, JD, if you ever end up in OKC, man, I was in Oklahoma City. That's Jelly Roll flew me and Jax out to Oklahoma City to hang out and kick it. And we actually went to the Children's Cancer Ward that was set up by slipping my mind the name of the country singer. But him and his family, he's gone now, but his family continues to run this cancer ward for children. Loved Oklahoma City. If you feel like going fishing, let me know so I can lend you a boat so you can relax. Thank you so much, Death Silence. I appreciate you. Well, you guys, I'm going to go get ready for my day. I jumped on here as soon as I saw that we were getting this court hearing. I want to leave you on a positive note. Please just be encouraged. Charlie Kirk was a man of virulent faith. And there was a 57% uptick in people going to church this last Sunday after his assassination. And I think that would have made Charlie Kirk incredibly happy. I think that Charlie died doing what was his purpose, his calling in life. The thing that made him the happiest besides his family and his faith was to get out there and to give people an honest, open space to debate and talk about important issues and share his thoughts and his politics and his faith with people. So I want you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I got kicked off the chat. Holy crap. I'm working with a new laptop. I do apologize, you guys. I want you guys to leave today understanding that I feel like this, while it's a tragedy, I think that dude would be really proud of our country and the way we've come together. Odats Tansy was a bolt is action, so the casing was still in the gun and hadn't been discharged yet. Thank you so much, homie. Little Country said, say with me so I can ask a question, please. I'm looking for it. I was about to jump off here. I'm looking for your question, Little Country, and I do not see it. Brother, I love you, but I am jumping off. So until the next one, I love each and every one of you. We'll be back soon. Till then, be good or be good at it, y'all. One love.